afternoon. This is the Lady Autist coming to you on Monday. So, I am happy to see you all. I'm sorry for the little bit of a rant that I went on yesterday. By the way, for those of you who do follow me just for the JD stuff, just as a little rehash, we had some folks trying to claim that the first generation neurodiversity advocates were on the side of the parents who prefer to emphasize the tragedy of having a child with needs on the autism spectrum, and I did go ahead and take back the narrative. Even today, and we're kind of in the middle of the day here out in Missouri, that post is still going strong, so definitely happy to see that. That is a word we do need to get out there. We don't have to let the parents continue to control the narrative. We don't have to deal with them trying to commandeer our stories or the stories of the parent advocates that were fighting right alongside us. So, let's go ahead and go into why I've got you here today. I'm sorry, I am a little made up, but I didn't get dressed up today as I normally would because it is cold out. It is cold, and yeah, I didn't want to freeze. So let's go ahead and get into it. So in yesterday's video, yes, we're going over the JDAH situation. I did ask the question in regards to whether or not JD would be able to appeal the judge's decision in order to appear in November. But right before I went ahead and got on camera, I went by Lost Beyond Pluto's channel. By the way, she is one of the best folks that are covering this entire case. She has a great mind to be able to explain things from the legal perspective. So after you watch this, if you want to get the full details, please go ahead and visit her channel. She just put a video out this morning. Okay, so first of all, is JD able to go ahead and appeal? Yes, he is able to appeal. It's some technical name, which name escapes me at the moment, but he is able to appeal. But she did bring up some good points in regards to him having come back to the U.S. in November. Whereas, yes, it is going to be putting a little bit of dampening on his having to go off of Fantastic Beasts for a few days. Does look like overall, though, it's going to be best for him to just get this deposition done and out of the way so that his court case against AH can continue to proceed. Remember, that is his case, and in order for it to proceed, the deposition does have to be done, and he does have to go ahead and present his evidence. So, still think that it's a little vindictive of AH to push things to be right in the middle of Fantastic Beasts 3, but at the same time, overall, it's best that he does go ahead and present the evidence and just get business taken care of on that end. So, now, in regards to the money that he has to pay her, it says that this has to do with the videographer. The judge determined he didn't really see a reason why that cost had to be on AH and her lawyers due to the fact that this is JD's lawsuit. I still think it's petty. I still think after all the money she's taken from him, he shouldn't have to put forward a single freaking cent. But nobody's asking my opinion on the matter, so hopefully he pays this little bit now for, well, just let's look at it as an investment. He's investing in the win. He's putting his time and his money in for the win so that he can get his name cleared and so the public can see these lies and slander for what they are. This woman has cost this man a lot of work. She has tried to ruin his public image. She's basically done everything she could to try and destroy every aspect of his life. So I think him investing a little bit now and doing the deposition now, even though it's going to be, let's face it, it's going to be a large inconvenience. It's a large inconvenience, but in the long haul, it would be worth it for the win. Not just for him, but for all male victims out there. All victims, period, really. Okay, so moving on ahead. So there has been some videos that are being posted on YouTube I've seen recently of a neighbor of AH and JD's. Apparently AH is still living in the building. Surprise, surprise. But anyways, she has come forward on the side of JD and spoken about how she saw AH before she went and filed for divorce, where there was no marks on her face. So go and check that out. It's very interesting and it's quite damning to AH's entire narrative. When you have a neighbor who sees you, maybe once every day or so, and they can clearly see your face, and they are saying that they didn't see any visible marks on you, nothing that would indicate that any abuse was taking place on your person, that's pretty damning. And I do hope there is a chance that they might be able to get her on the stand to testify on JD's behalf. So, we'll go ahead and see what comes of that. Of course, you got Sia, who's now facing a little bit of backlash due to her support of JD with her recent tweets. But the woman, when she says something, she does not back down. Now, I know a few of you have commented about her making comments about the necklaces and him getting clean and all of that, but here's the thing, folks. That woman is massively busy. Fact of the matter is, she may not have all the free time some of us do in order to see what the latest news on him is. So I wouldn't get too mad about that. I think it was coming out of a place of love and camaraderie. So let's not get mad at her for not knowing every single little thing that has recently happened in regards to JD's life, alright? Let's cut the woman a little bit of a break here. As far as the mini necklaces, that's her personal taste. Again, like I said, see ya. Multiple necklaces. Some of us, especially as atypical folks who are not really what you would call regular, normal people, whether we use mini necklaces, have long hair, like hoodies, we try to find things to camouflage ourselves, to hide a little bit, to kind of take the attention off of us, or just as an extra sensory thing, like my beaded necklace here, for when we get overwhelmed. We kind of just play around with it a little bit, and it keeps us calm. I've also heard the fact that the necklaces include trinkets that were given to him by fans. So I wouldn't be too hard on him about the necklaces, but again, guys, this is just personal opinion. She's not saying anything detrimental about JD. She's come out strongly on his side, and not only that, she made sure to link the audio to her tweet. And now many people who have not even heard of the audios are going on, and they are checking out Incredibly Average Brian. And they are hearing exactly what went on for themselves. So, cut her a little slack, alright? Cut her a little slack. Alright.